are fixing to do some All Elite Wrestling. I'm gonna be doing 2 videos, one now, one later. Basically, we're gonna break down some, then later we will give you the results of the matches and my reaction to them. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling for Fans, and like a lot of times, I am joined on a Sunday by Hardcore Christopher.
Hi.
So we were discussing, we really don't want to say too much, but there is a few things that we can touch on, that we know right off the bat. I remember right off the bat how the matches went. I know we can't really do that much on the Sammy Gonzalo Cruiserweight match, because I can't remember the other guy's name. But, let's do the Battle Royal. There was a few things that I liked, a few things that I thought was out of place. And I'm going to say I have nothing against handicaps being in matches. But a guy without any legs whatsoever, I don't necessarily know if that was a good call.
I mean, I think I'd like put him in a managerial role with like a baby face or something. But
I mean,
as a in-ring talent, no.
I mean, you did make a value point that he spent most of the match laying down in the corner. Granted, he had a few spots that were good, but I mean, it'd be one thing if he was on one leg like Zach Gallen, where he could at least have one leg to stand on. But, and I don't even know if this guy is an actual wrestler or just Cody's way of saying that we will not be turning anyone down if they have talent. I mean, they basically said that from the beginning. I mean, we got one, Sonny Kiss, I think is her name, his name, its name, I don't know what he claims he is or she is. The transgender guy.
Yeah, Sonny Kiss.
I mean, I understand that's going to get a lot of people to go, whoa. But at the same time, it's Cody's way of, if you got talent, you're going to be able to be there. So, I don't understand him being in the match. The glacial spot that froze his opponent, where did that come from?
Unless Cody is looking for Glacier to be a mainstay on the AEW roster, what's the point of doing that freeze move? Because he never did it.
He never did it. He never did it in WCW. I watched him from his debut till he vanished. And I don't recall him doing it on his short H run. So, like you said, unless he's going to be a main event guy, which I highly doubt, it makes no sense. But let's get to the match rules itself, because we have a different opinion on this.
Yeah.
It started out with 5. They represent a club. Every 3 minutes, 5 more at random once they figure out what club's comes out.
So basically, it's like a deck of cards.
Yep. Until we get all 4 suits. Then at the end we have the Joker, who winded up being Adam Hangman Page.
Yes.
So you don't like the fact that 5 people came out at once?
It's not that I don't like it. I like the concept. It's just, I thought that, because here's the thing, you have 5 guys coming out all at once. A lot of people are not going to know who these guys are.
Well, but they did introduce them. Each of them had their own introduction. Justin Roberts did introduce them all.
And Justin Roberts is a very
good announcer.
And he hasn't lost a step.
He hasn't. I mean, I liked it. It was unique. It was new. So I have to say I like it. Now, Adam Page being put in the match after his other match being canceled because of creative differences. Not nothing, but I can kind of see Pac's point.
Well, didn't you say that he's like undefeated now?
He has not lost since he left WWE, and he does not want to lose while he's champion. Because doesn't matter what promotion, because he feels it will lower the prestige of that belt. So I don't see him getting no more title matches for other companies unless they're going to let him defend them at the same time, like maybe in a triple threat match or something where he drops at least one, maybe both that way. So, we did get the debut in this match. The first debut in this match of, what is he being known as? Ty Dillinger. What's his new name? Shawn Spears, maybe?
I think so.
I think it's Shawn Spears. If I'm wrong, I apologize in advance. But he debuts in the second set of guys.
He looks different than...
He looked extremely good. He looks like a main event player soon to be.
Which he should have been in WWE.
I agree. So that was the shock of the match, and then we had the winner was Adam Page. So we now have half of all
And it was nice.
main event for All Out.
It was nice to see Jimmy Havoc and Tommy Dreamer.
That was a very nice touch. We had a hardcore moment, I believe.
What I didn't... Okay, I have nothing against Orange Cassidy. I understand now that he uses it on
It's
the
a gimmick,
indies.
yeah. I don't see the point of it being in that battle royal.
Basically, what he did is play kick Tommy a couple of times
And then play super kick him.
and play super kick
And then he did the Shawn Michael nip up. After
with his hands in his pockets, and I'm like, this does not make any sense.
yeah, but it got over. And I think that I don't see how he could win any matches like that. But maybe that's the whole point. Maybe he's gonna be the modern day Gilbert. I don't know. So we now have half of them on that. We're gonna skip the semi because I have no idea. Let's start with some of the main show that we remember, and then, like I said, we would do another recap later of the full card that we didn't do. So let's start with the SoCal Uncensored versus the three trio from
OVW.
okay, Jim Ross. OWE. Extremely good opener.
It was, and this was
Highly entertaining.
This was my first time seeing SoCal Uncensored, and...
Oh, wait. I forgot about something. Before we get too far into this.
What?
What about the guy with the baby oil?
That was stupid!
He winded up costing them the elimination, too. But I can see where it gets over, and I can see why. Because the guy can't really do anything when he's all slicked up with baby oil. But it made it where he couldn't hang on to the rope, too. So, let's go back to the other match now.
Okay.
I enjoyed this match. I really did.
I enjoyed it as well, and for me saying that this is the first time I've seen, of course,
Pretty much all of them.
yeah.
You ain't much of an indies guy. Well, I tried to keep up on it. I've been watching Christopher Daniels since 2002.
There's something about SoCal Uncensored to me that should make him heel.
Normally, they are. But I don't think the crowd would boo them when they are facing what they consider the enemy territory.
Yeah.
But that's beside. That was a good way to open the show, though. So, I can't give you names of all of them. I know Britt Baker was in this match. I don't...
Are you talking about
the women that...
Dr. Britt Baker, Nyla Rose,
Don't say the last one yet.
I can't remember the third girl.
Okay. There was a triple threat women's match booked for this card. Nyla Rose, you said.
Yes.
Britt Baker, and we can't remember the other one. But what I feel was the bomb up to this point shell of an announcement was Brandy Rhodes come out with her second outfit of the night, by the way.
Oh, that was her second?
That was her second. And she goes, she meant what she said when she said she felt them three could put on a good match. But she had a little problem. She did not want a good match. She wanted an awesome match. Cue the music, the debut of the awesome one, Awesome Kong.
Awesome Kong has worked in Japan. She's worked for TNA. She's worked for WWE.
Okay, let's just break down a little bit of her credentials. NWA World Champion. Multi-time knockout champion. I'm pretty sure she had more belts than that under her belt.
Yeah.
Probably Japan and a lot. I need to do some research and find out. But I could see her being one of the top females in this new division.
It did look like that she didn't look like Awesome Kong had lost some weight.
I think she lost a lot of weight, to be honest. So, let's see. After that match, we had... What was next? Do you remember?
I think it was the Best Friends versus...
Yes, we need to touch on that just a little bit. So we had a good tag match that I think the Best Friends won. Then after the match, we had what I feel is going to be the beginning of the first storyline. And basically the Smash Brothers, which they are not going to be known as that, and a bunch of minions.
I liked it, but I kind of... I mean, I don't... Like you said, I don't keep up on the indies.
Mm-hmm. And I think they should have at least... I know they wanted to make this a surprise that everyone had a shock reaction, but
the crowd was just shouting, "Who are you?"
Well, that was a good point, and I think that going to sell this story later. But they should have at least told Jim. Maybe not the other two.
What?
But Jim. That way, Jim has a way to react, even when he knows. Think about Austin Mania 14, how he reacted when Austin won that belt.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me he did not know.
He
So
knew.
after that, we had...
Well, I want to go back to the women's match for a second. Every women contest had Allie for a commentator, and
Well, she
I didn't like her on commentary.
Well, this is just she's going to be part of the women's division. So I think they wanted a woman to kind of... Eventually, I can see them adding a woman to the booth.
I also didn't like the third guy that was with Excalibur.
He knows nothing about wrestling.
And Jim.
Alex something. He's more of a sports broadcaster. So let's move on real quick so we can get done, and then we can break it down more later.
Okay.
Okay, the next match, I think it's the Rhodes match, right?
That should have been the main event.
It really should have. Bloodbath, good match. I like the ending well. Cody asked Dustin for a favor. They embraced the way it should have ended. We will break this down more later, but we're just trying to give you a quick recap of what we can remember. What was after that?
I believe it was...
Was that the 6-woman tag?
Yeah.
We will touch on that later because I don't know none of the names, but I do know there were 3 championship belts around this match. None of them was on the line, don't worry about that. But one woman had 2. So it basically was that was a jab at WWE. Same way when Cody attacked the throne, which we will touch on when we do the breakdown.
But my thing is, why go after Triple H? Triple H is not the main issue.
It would basically mean that they were tearing down the walls that the WWE hold. And Vince doesn't really have anything symbolic. I think that was just meant as a break down the wall type thing. Nothing. I don't think it was meant to go solely after Triple H, which still is an interesting concept about NXT's UK next show, but I don't think it's a wise move to put it. Now, normal NXT versus AEW show would have been interesting. But the UK is still on, just getting off the ground. I don't think that's why.
And then I think we had the main event, which was Jericho and
hang on, we had the 6-man. I think Jericho, yeah. That was a good match. I'm surprised Jericho won it, though. But I can also see why they went that route, just for the simple fact they did not want two elite members in the first main event, because that would get people going, whether you're just booking yourself. So, Jericho, Hangman Page. Early predictions for All Out.
We've already talked about this.
Yeah, but not on camera, we haven't.
I say they give Jericho the belt.
I do too. But the
Nothing against Hangman, but Jericho. Let's
Jer-
break down Jericho's credentials for a minute.
We don't even need to break that down. What this boils down to is, I think they want a strong champion going in. And right now, the only man that has TNT exposure that they have besides Glacial is Jericho. Do we see a bombshell debut on that night? I say yes.
And I say I'm going to have to agree with him, as much as I don't like to.
Till we meet again.
Keep it hardcore, everyone.
Cheers.